far, far beyond the reaches of the galaxy itself. I walked around with a huge smile on my face for the rest of the day because I felt so proud that I was able to make this image and be able to see something nobody had ever seen before.
The biggest existential question one can ever ask is, where did this all come from? For decades, we've been told a story that about 13.8 billion years ago, our universe burst into existence with the Big Bang. It's a story we all know. A single, infinitely dense point exploding outwards, creating everything we see, everything we are. But what if that isn't the whole story? What if the James Webb Telescope just found evidence that has some scientists asking a truly profound question? What if our entire universe is contained within a giant black hole? Strange, right? This isn't science fiction. It's a mind-bending question raised by some of the most bizarre and unexpected images our most powerful telescope has ever sent back. The data is so strange, it's forcing us to reconsider the very fabric of our existence and ask, what if the Big Bang wasn't a beginning, but an illusion inside something far grander and far, far darker? Today, we're going to reveal the truth behind this puzzle. Since it started its mission, the James Webb Space Telescope has been rewriting the textbooks. It can see in infrared light, which lets it peer back to the dawn of time, just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. And what it's finding there, well, it just shouldn't exist. According to our standard model of cosmology, the early universe should have been a messy place, with small, lumpy galaxies just starting to form. Instead, Webb is showing us images of massive, well-structured, and surprisingly grown-up galaxies. In a landmark study, astronomers were shocked to find 6 candidate galaxies that existed just 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang, yet were potentially more than 10 billion times as massive as our Sun. One even seems to be more massive than our own Milky Way, a galaxy that had billions of more years to grow. Mike Boylan-Colchin, an astrophysicist at the University of Texas at Austin, put it bluntly, if the masses are right, then we are in uncharted territory. We'll require something very new about galaxy formation or a modification to cosmology. And the discoveries didn't stop. Webb has spotted a whole new class of objects, nicknamed little red dots. These are compact, super bright objects so far away their light has traveled for over 12 billion years to reach us. At first, scientists were puzzled. They didn't look like normal galaxies or black holes. Now, a startling hypothesis is gaining some ground. These could be black hole stars, supermassive black holes wrapped in a thick, turbulent cloud of gas that makes them look red and compact. But maybe the most stunning discovery comes from the JWST Advanced Deep Extragalactic Survey, or JADES. When looking at hundreds of spiral galaxies, researchers found something that defies all expectations. You'd think there'd be a 50-50 split between galaxies spinning clockwise and counterclockwise. Instead, roughly 2/3 of the galaxies they could measure were spinning the same way, clockwise. This isn't a sure thing, but the chance of this being a random fluke is incredibly small. This cosmic imbalance suggests the universe itself might have been born with a spin. And that single clue has opened the door to one of the wildest theories in all of science. So we have galaxies that are too big, too soon, and a universe that seems to be spinning in a coordinated dance. How do we explain these things? This is where the investigation leads us to a radical idea known as black hole cosmology. It suggests that our universe didn't start from a singularity in the Big Bang, but was born inside a black hole in a much larger parent universe. This theory, championed by physicist Nikodym Poplavsky at the New Haven University, uses an extension of Einstein's general relativity that includes torsion, a property of spacetime that involves twisting. In standard physics, a collapsing star forms a singularity, a point of infinite density. Dr. Poplavsky's theory says something else happens. He argues that this torsion creates a huge repulsive force at these extreme densities, so instead of collapsing forever, the matter bounces. Imagine squeezing a spring with all your might. At some point, it springs back violently. According to this theory, the matter falling into a black hole does something similar. It collapses, hits a point of unbelievable density, and rebounds in a massive explosion. From the inside, this big bounce would look just like our Big Bang. We would be living inside the result of that bounce, forever cut off from the parent universe it came from. This isn't just a wild story. It offers solutions to some big problems in cosmology. It could explain cosmic inflation, that period of ultra-rapid expansion right after the Big Bang, without needing to invent extra ideas. And most importantly, it connects right back to Webb's strange images. If our universe was born inside a black hole, it would inherit that spin. As Poplavsky himself stated, this could naturally explain the preferred rotation of galaxies that Webb might have observed. It could be a fossil record, a faint echo of our parent black hole's rotation. This would explain the large-scale alignment the JADE survey seems to have found. And the problem of galaxies getting too big, too fast, might have an answer here. In some versions of this model, primordial black holes could have acted as seeds around which the first massive galaxies could rapidly form. The little red dots and other early black holes seen by Webb might be direct evidence of this process. Now, before we go any further, it's crucial to state that this idea of a black hole universe is not the mainstream scientific consensus. The standard model of cosmology, called lambda CDM, has been incredibly successful for decades. It accurately describes the afterglow of the Big Bang and the large-scale structure of the universe. The vast majority of cosmologists believe the universe began with the Big Bang from a true singularity. From the standard model perspective, the weird JWST findings don't require us to throw everything out. The massive early galaxies might just mean our understanding of how stars form or how gas gathers in the early universe is incomplete. Maybe galaxies were just much better at making stars than we thought. As for the coordinated spin, some scientists suggest this could be a statistical fluke in a small sample size, even if the probability is low. Others think it might be an observational bias. It's possible that the way we observe these galaxies from our own spinning galaxy affects how they appear, making some seem brighter and therefore overrepresented in the survey. And of course, the idea of a universe inside a black hole has its own tricky questions, like the problem of infinite regression. If our universe is in a black hole, is that black hole in another one, and so on forever? These are big challenges, and science rightly demands extraordinary evidence before changing a model that has worked so well. The findings from Webb are cracks in the foundation, but they aren't a complete demolition. So, while the debate goes on, the images from Webb have opened a door to a possibility that our entire existence is playing out inside a colossal black hole. For a moment, let's walk through that door and really think about what that means. It would mean the Big Bang wasn't a creation out of nothing, but a transformation from something. It means our universe might not be an isolated island, but one of countless child universes, each nested inside its own black hole, like a set of cosmic Russian dolls. Every single black hole in our own universe might be giving birth to a new universe on the other side. From our perspective, we can never see them. They are forever beyond the event horizon. This reality would mean space-time is so much bigger than we ever imagined. The edge of our observable universe wouldn't be a real edge, but simply the boundary of our little pocket of space-time, the event horizon of our parent black hole. What lies beyond it? The parent universe, a place we can never get to, with laws that might be completely different from our own. The images from the James Webb Space Telescope, those impossible galaxies and that strange cosmic spin, would be our first real hints of this grander structure. They would be the first clues in the greatest detective story ever, the investigation into the true nature of reality itself. They tell us that the story we've been telling ourselves might just be the first chapter of a much larger, stranger saga. We are at a pivotal moment. The James Webb Space Telescope isn't just showing us what the early universe looked like, it's forcing us to ask what the universe is. On one hand, we have the standard model, tested and trusted, but now showing some cracks. On the other, we have a radical, mind-bending alternative, the idea that we're living inside a black hole, a theory that seems to elegantly explain some of Webb's most confusing discoveries. Science is a journey from mystery to understanding, and we really need some more research. The data from Webb is the first step on a new path, and we don't know where it leads. It could lead to a better understanding of how galaxies form, or it could lead to a complete paradigm shift. Maybe we are living inside a chain of black holes, or maybe not. The only thing that's certain is that the universe is proving to be stranger and more wonderful than we ever imagined. The investigation has just begun. What do you think about this? Are these images from Webb just puzzles to be solved, or are they a glimpse into the true hidden nature of our reality? Let us know in the comments section below. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more informative videos.